What is up? Welcome back to the Sleuth Intuition channel. Today's going to be kind of a ski wompy day. We're just going to talk about really whatever we want to. How's everybody doing? What's up, Marbles? TTM, Sylvia, CJK, Keith. What's going on? Frank Meister, D. Good to see everybody. Looks like a lot of people are covering this missing submarine here. We can talk about that. There's some Koberger news and some things I want to go over in regards to the Delphi case. How you doing, Frank? I haven't been following that case too much, but I did grab some pieces of information we can go over today. I was kind of expecting them to have found these people by now. So I guess they're lost in this little submarine here. That's what it looks like from the inside. What's up, Beach Fairy? Olivia too. Lisa. What's up, Glitterbean? Patricia. Mandy in the house. And Beth Gonzalez. What's going on, Jill? Hey, Cindy. Good to see you. Lone Pony. It's going to be a little ski wompy. What's up, Mark? So I guess this is how they launched the thing. They addressed the public actually earlier today. Let's just watch that.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Captain Jamie Frederick with the 1st Coast Guard District.
Can you guys hear that? Yeah, we got a nice full house. Boston, Carol, Hybrid. Good to see everybody. Thank you, Beth. All right, let's get it going.
And I'll provide an update on our ongoing search efforts for the Titan submarine. Behind me, or beside me, I should say, you'll see several subject matter experts from the Unified Command who introduce themselves momentarily. These individuals represent only a small fraction of the many dedicated professionals working around the clock on this complex response effort. We understand this is an extremely difficult time for the families of the missing crew members aboard the Titan, and our thoughts go out to them and the crew. The Unified Command team is working tirelessly to bring all available assets and expertise to bear as quickly as possible in response to this complex operation. And we remain in close contact with the family members and the crew to ensure they are fully aware of our current and future search efforts. Additionally, we have been in close contact with the British and French consulates general to ensure that they are fully appraised of our efforts, and we are ensuring that their concerns are being addressed. We're incredibly grateful for the full spectrum of international assistance that has been provided, including an expert submariner from the Royal Navy, who's here with us serving aboard as a critical member of our team. Additionally, a team of highly trained French ROV operators departed St. John's last night are en route to aid the search. Moreover, our Canadian partners have been providing critical leadership and significant response capabilities since the beginning of our efforts. Again, this is an incredibly complex search operation requiring both surface and subsurface elements, and our unified approach is critical. The location of the search, 900 miles east of Cape Cod and 400 miles southeast of St. John's, makes it exceptionally difficult to mobilize large amounts of equipment quickly. In spite of those challenges, we've been able to provide continuous air and surface search assets, as well as additional ROV capability to search below the surface. We currently have 5 surface assets searching for the Titan, and we expect 10 total surface assets to search in the next 24 to 48 hours. There are 2 ROVs actively searching, and several more are en route and will arrive by tomorrow morning. We've received incredible support with aviation assets from our Coast Guard Air Station in Elizabeth City, the Air National Guard, and Canadian Armed Forces. Today, there are 2 back-to-back P3 flights. One is ongoing now as I speak, totaling 14 hours of continuous on-scene coverage, and 2 C-130 flights, also one ongoing now throughout the day and into the evening. Yesterday, a Canadian P3 detected underwater noises in the search area. As a result, ROV operations were relocated in an attempt to explore the origin of the noises. Although the ROV searches have yielded negative results, they continue. Additionally, the data from the P3 aircraft has been shared with our U.S. Navy experts for further analysis, which will be considered in future search plans. The surface search is now approximately 2 times the size of Connecticut, and the subsurface search is up to 2.5 miles deep, exponentially expanding the size of the search area. We also have to factor in the ever-changing weather conditions, currents, and sea states that expand the search area every hour. There is an enormous complexity associated with this case due to the location being so far offshore, and the coordination between multiple agencies and nations. We greatly appreciate the outpouring of support and offers to provide additional equipment. The Unified Command continues to prioritize assets and resources in order to provide the best capability in the most timely manner. This includes weighing multiple factors to identify the most effective resources available to the response operation, with careful consideration to timeliness of equipment arriving on scene, usefulness, and ability to deliver assets to the search area. Over the past 48 hours, we have, through incredible unity of effort, mobilized and implemented a tremendous amount of expertise and response capability. In addition to the ships and aircraft previously mentioned, we've dispatched 2 subject matter experts from U.S. Navy NAVSEA SUPSALV, who will serve as search coordinators on scene for underwater search operations. So I've been stressing unity of effort a lot in this statement, and that's because it is absolutely critical to this complex operation. Again, our thoughts and prayers are with the crew of the Titan and their loved ones. We will continue to work as hard and as quickly as possible in an effort to locate them. I will take a few questions, but before I do that, I do want I'm going to have.
I actually found a video of this submersible vehicle in action. Let's take a look. I think this is right off their website. Eric Jones says Indian billionaire and his son were 2 of the passengers. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, there's all kinds of conspiracies going on right now. I just don't understand how you can't find him, why there's no tracking device. Like, how do they communicate? Yeah, and they kind of control it with this little game controller. Yeah, it's crazy. Anne says, of course, hoping for a miracle. Yeah, I don't know if they have much oxygen left. I did pull the latest update. It was put out about 14 minutes before we went live. We'll read that right now. That was put out by CNN. Hey, Robin. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out with us. I hope they have a plan to retrieve it, Eric. So this should give you kind of an idea. Newfoundland. Looks like the U.S. border here. It says here the Titanic wreckage sits on the ocean floor approximately 12,500 feet down. See if we can put that in perspective here. Okay. $3,800 meters down. And this kind of gives you an idea of how deep that is. Empire State Building. Damn. No, the Coast Guard mentioned something about current. So, I mean, is it possible that you can actually get swept away, like underneath the ocean? Some kind of under the ocean, like water channel or something? Man, you could be anywhere. Beach Fairy says actually not uncommon to use game controllers for stuff like that. I think even the Army uses them. Hey, Colette. Hey, what's up, Tech? Yeah, I mean, it's basically, just like probably like a little drone. I don't know. Seems pretty deep to be going down that thing, but wasn't the first time. Eric says, what I heard, they communicated via text messages, but I could be wrong. It just doesn't seem like a dependable method. Cindy, how much can they possibly see of the Titanic from inside that submarine? That'd be willing to pay 250,000. Well, apparently there's a billionaire on there, so 250. That ain't, it's not much for them. But I mean, it'd be pretty cool. I wonder if you can actually go into the Titanic. Shit, if I had 250K laying around, sign me up. Beach Fairy says wireless communications were lost 2 hours into a 3-hour descent. There was a distress signal sent out, but they don't know if intentional or automatic. Yeah, you think they would have some kind of tracking beacon or something. I don't know. But this was attached to the latest update that was put out as far as I was able to find. Um, and they put here, looks like 4 bullet points, what we're covering. And this is from CNN. Dwindling air supply. A massive search operation is underway in the area, twice the size of Connecticut. Wow. For the submersible that went missing Sunday, as officials fear there's less than a day's worth of oxygen left on board the craft. See, and I think that's the reason I didn't want to look into this because that sounds terrifying. It's like a horrible way to go. So hopefully they can find them and turn this into a happy story. Salvage equipment. U.S. Navy salvage system capable of retrieving objects or vessels off the bottom of the ocean floor has reached St. John's, Newfoundland, but it has not yet left for the site in the North Atlantic. Banging sounds. The U.S. Coast Guard said it has not identified the source of the banging noises that were picked up by sonar Tuesday and Wednesday during the search. Who's on board? The sub is carrying 5 people: a British adventurer, a French diver, a Pakistani father and son, and the founder of Ocean Gate Expeditions, the company that operated the tour to the Titanic wreckage. Wow, that's crazy. So they've been in this small area since Sunday. Wow. Ann says it went so deep, 2.3 miles, and the tin can didn't carry a lot of heavy communication equipment. They just had some sort of texting arrangement and something that pinged, but all that went out at once. Marvel said I could find 125,000 different things to do better with 250,000. Oh yeah. I mean, I think it's possible if they have air until sometime till midday. What is it? Midday tomorrow, or no? Tomorrow morning. I mean, they could find them. Yeah, but that is definitely a scary situation. Prayers go out to those folks. I mean, they got to be terrified. Whoever's banging, if that's them banging, that's really smart. Hopefully, they keep that up. And the technology they must have to be able to hear that is insane. Like to be able to listen into the ocean and be like, "Well, I hear banging." Yeah, Gail, I think it sounds like they still have time. Boston says more banging. The reporter said went on a while back and lost communications for 5 hours. I don't know. It's pretty sketchy. You think you would have everything like top notch if you're going to be going down to the bottom of the ocean. I mean, I don't like the ocean as it is. eaten by a giant squid. I think they're further down even. Hey, what's up, Ruckus? Good to see you. You been keeping up with this whole missing submarine thing? I think they're going to find him. Good to see you, Colette. Tech Death says I used to land on the Titanic. Yeah, because I could swear, wasn't there like video of people diving and, or is that too deep to actually be like scuba diving? And what's up, Sean? I don't think my fat self would fit in that thing. I think it's big. It's bigger than it looks. I think you'd be fine. Yeah, don't give up hope. I think they got some time. I think they're gonna find him. I mean, if they're banging and they can hear him banging, what else is gonna be banging down there? You know, it's obviously them, and they just got to figure out find out where that's coming from. Miss Persevere, what's up? Hey, Jen. They're supposed to drop weights and rise to the surface. Lone Pony, complete darkness and near freezing temperatures at the bottom of the ocean. That's freaking nightmare. Yeah. Try not to think about it. They're going to have a story to tell. That's a good question. How quickly can they get them oxygen if it is found? Sean says they're pretty much doomed. I don't know. Hey, what's up, JE? They said the submarine was supposed to float to the surface, but it's not. Yeah, I wonder if something happened. Maybe it crashed. Received some kind of damage. Thanks, Ruckus. 125 watching, 45 likes. Let's get those thumbs up, guys. It's just a click, little click of the mouse. Thank you, Miss Persevere. You think it could be on the surface, kind of lost, like lost at sea? They mentioned weather, underwater current. Beach says the CEO thought the safety regulations were too strict. There were issues and he ignored them, then charged people $250K to risk it all. Went for the money grab. What's weird is I was reading an article from a guy who used to write for The Simpsons, and he went on this thing before and he was talking about it, and he was kind of giving his insight. So I looked up the guy, and apparently the last episode that he wrote for The Simpsons, and you can go check this out for yourself, but apparently it's about Homer Simpson. He joins the Navy, and I guess he does something stupid while on a submarine, and they get trapped under the ocean. That's for all you Simpsons conspiracy folks. But what a crazy coincidence, right? And apparently he's all over the news right now, and he's, like, talking about it, like, "Yeah, I was on it. This is what you can expect." And then if you do a little bit of research on the guy, just look up the last episode that he wrote for. It was about a submarine getting stuck under the ocean. JE. Simpsons episodes always predict the future. Yeah, I was like, I'm not even gonna bring this up because it's so ridiculous, but either way, it's interesting. Something for you guys to look at. I mean, I was kind of like, what the when we're done here, guys, we're gonna hang out for about another 30 minutes. All the members, there is a link in the description. Make sure you click on that. As soon as we're done here, we're gonna go directly over to the members after party, and we're gonna talk about the giveaway that we're gonna have on the 28th. Should be pretty fun. So make sure you click that link when we're done here so you don't miss it. We'll probably only spend maybe 15, 20 minutes talking about it. I just want to go over the rules, how you can win. Let's see what else here. Oh, yeah, I wanted to talk with you guys about this. It's like news, but it's not news. DNA from cheek swab directly links Brian Koberger to knife sheath left at Idaho murders. So before, I thought that's how they were able to track him, right? I think they got some of his touch DNA, and they were able to match it with I think it was ancestral, maybe, but they're not going with that anymore. They don't need to. They were able, I guess, in some paperwork that was released to the public, it stated they went ahead and ran a cheek swab on Brian and matched it to that same DNA. So they don't even need that anymore. But I'm going to go and read this article for you. DNA from a cheek swab has directly tied University of Idaho murder suspect Brian Koberger to the knife sheath left at the scene of the quadruple slayings, according to new court filings. The Idaho State Police Lab located DNA on the K-bar knife sheath that was found on the bed next to the bodies of 21-year-old friends Madison Mogan and Kaylee Goncalves. Latah County prosecutors said the sheath was face down and partially under both Madison's body and the comforter on the bed. The latest filing noted on November 13th the November 13th crime scene. Initial attempts to match the DNA using genetic ancestry data pointed law enforcement toward Koberger, but did not provide law enforcement with substantive evidence of guilt. The filing noted. Investigators then collected trash from Koberger's parents' house in Pennsylvania, where he was staying when he was. That comparison indicated the DNA found on the trash belonged to the biological father of the individual who left the DNA on the K-bar knife sheath, the filing stated. Law enforcement then collected DNA from defendant via, guessing that's some type of a cheek swab. The filing said, with that cheek sample used for a more traditional direct DNA comparison. So, I mean, it's 100% now. You know, that's his DNA. They got a smoking gun. Why did they put an escape in a car truck, but not a multi-million-dollar tin can? I don't know if you can escape from that. I don't know. At some point, if you're so deep, if you go out into the water, it might crush you. I don't know. Seems like that machine is what's keeping you from basically keeping you alive out there. And says, I would need a hell of a good looking stewards and hell of free floating cocktails to take that ride. Oh man, you don't want to be down there. all messed up. You're gonna get nauseous. Key says, yeah, it was a genealogy link initially, but now it looks like they have everything. Yeah, he's going down. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Miss Persevere is saying they still might need that. I don't think they need it. They don't need it anymore. They just need to prove how they got it and that they did it legally. All right. What else did I want to talk about here? Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna have time to do call-ins because we're gonna keep the little after party short and sweet. I just want to go over the giveaway and then I got to run. But let's talk about this. We saw this on a video that Fig put out. I think Inquisitor covered it. But I mean, this is something I've been talking about for years. Nobody listened to me. I kept saying, hey, there's people on social media that are coming forward saying that the bridge guy has been cleared. They say, no, 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 you're getting it confused, because of the two sketches. I'm like, no, I'm talking about prior to that. I had people like Gray Hughes, like, oh, you sound stupid, I don't, you're obviously confused. Just nobody now. It's like, oh, I don't even want to say anything. It's like, why even waste your breath? But I think it's interesting that his friends and family knew that he came forward. And I think this is his close knit group, his inner circle, I guess. So this is somebody who was actually on Kathy Allen's Facebook friends list. But puts here, Channel 6, you need to let everybody know they have talked to this man and released him. WTHR updates this a while ago. He went to the police, they have released him, and he is not a suspect. So you had stuff like this. You have the 4chan stuff where people are talking about Richard. So it must have been something extremely confusing for people. Like, man, like that looks like Richard on the bridge, but we know personally that he came forward. So I'm wondering if law enforcement just needed somebody to come forward and say, hey, look, I know who that is on the bridge without prior knowledge that he was there. They need somebody to see the image and then identify him. Because if you knew he was there and then you see the image, I don't think it's going to hold up in court. You can say, well, that kind of looks like him and I knew he was there, right? No, they need somebody to be like, that's Richard Allen. And I didn't even know he was there that day. Hey, Sparky, good to see you. No worries, Beach. We're going to do this a little bit. We're going to try to do it more often. I don't know. Maybe subconsciously he wanted to get caught. It's kind of like the school shooter. You don't become this iconic figure until you get caught, and then they blast your name all over the place. Emerald City, what up? Good evening, everyone. Good to see you. Yeah, four more people. I was gonna pull up that article. Apparently, some guy went crazy. His story is that a neighbor was flashing his family members, and he just snapped. But I didn't get a chance to look into it any further than that. What's up, Charlie Murphy? Sparky says, I remember that Facebook post being talked about. I mean, there was a lot of stuff. Um, I don't ever remember hearing the name Richard Allen ever. But I just remember people saying, "Hey, the guy on the bridge guy, the older looking sketch, that guy's been cleared." And I would be like, "What do you mean?" So I'd get on like the Facebook groups and I'd talk to the locals and I'd ask, like, "What are you talking about?" I'd ask them directly. "You talking about the sketches?" "No, I'm not talking about the sketches." So there's people that knew that locally there was a small group of people that knew who this guy was on the bridge. And I'm assuming that's his wife, maybe a couple of his buddies that he plays pool with, you know. And I'm sure they even talked about it. Like, dude, isn't that you? He's like, yeah, that's me. I don't know. I've talked to them. I don't know. It must have been like an awkward conversation. Like, what would your explanation be? Well, they let me go. Well, I talked to police. They let me go. It's like, okay. I mean, is that it? Is that where you stop talking about it? Or would you still be suspicious of it because it's obviously him on the bridge and they're still looking for the guy? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. I yanked this off of Reddit. And I forgot to grab this link. My bad. But here it is down here. You can see it. The best way to find it is Allen Move Prison Request. And it'll pop up. It's basically a link from that WTHR posted, that the court posted. And you can verify all this information. It's all legit. It's titled Lies Told by Richard Allen's Defense Team. So it's basically their false claims versus reality. Thought it was interesting. Let's see here. False defense claim. Mr. Allen's sick has been entombed in a cell as small as 6 foot in width and 10 foot in length, a space no larger than that of a dog kennel. Allen has been in the same 12 by 8.5 cell since the day he arrived at Westville Prison. Hey, what's up, Dwight? Why didn't law enforcement release what kind of car they were looking for that was at the CPS building? If they would have released that, Richard Allen may have been caught early. I don't know. It seems like they weren't sure because they don't say, hey, we saw Richard Allen's car. They don't state that in the probable cause affidavit. They just say a car matching, um, basically a similar vehicle to Richard Allen's was seen driving by. So I don't think they knew for sure, especially when they had 3 different eyewitness accounts, which I think are very similar to what happened with the eyewitnesses who saw the suspect. They kind of gave a little bit different description, but very similar. I think the same thing happened with the vehicle. So I don't think they knew for sure. Thank you, Miss Persevere. Gen C. I remember seeing someone the day of the search live TV that looked like him. This right here, basically on the left column, these are false claims made by Richard Allen's defense team, trying to get the sympathy, and looks like they're setting the stage for an insanity, most likely because he's been confessing apparently 5 or 6 times. So that's going to be a list here on the left versus what's actually happening here on the right. And if you want to verify this information, like I said, just type in Allen move prison request, WTHR.com, and you can actually download the documents yourself. And all this information is there. I didn't have time to do it. We can do it next time. What is up, Fig? Good to see you. All right, let's continue on here. Mr. Allen is sleeping on a pad on a concrete floor. In reality, Allen sleeps on a mattress on a metal bed frame. And we've recently saw photos of his cell. It's not small at all. His defense claims Mr. Allen is afforded showers only 1 to 2 times per week. In reality, Allen is allowed 3 showers per week. Sparky says he's fine. It's all fine. He's being kept safe where he's at. That's all that matters. He's showing signs of having an effing reality check. And I don't know. I really don't know. Shout out to Boston Christian for the super sticker. Sorry if I missed that, Boston. Appreciate you. And Jerry with the super chat. What is up, Sleuth? What's up, Jerry? Make sure you stick around, buddy. Hit the link when we're done here so you can jump into the members after party. We're going to talk about the giveaway. Okay. Mr. Allen, and this is from the defense. Mr. Allen is required to wear the same clothes, including underwear, gross, for days and days on end, all of which are soiled, stained, tattered, and torn. In reality, Allen has 3 sets of clothing. He also has access to commissary where he has bought clothing, socks, and shoes. So don't be falling for the okey doke. I saw reported somewhere that wife was asking for people to donate to Richard Allen's commissary allowance because she said she couldn't. They're already getting a free ride on the defense cost. Well, I mean, it's not a free ride, as tax-paying citizens, it's something that we pay for. Nothing's free. I agree, Beach. Yeah, while we got Fig here, maybe he'll talk about the video he just put out. Very interesting. Indy says, so they're saying he doesn't want any visitors. His wife has only seen him once. Yeah, I think he has to agree, right? He would have to agree to the visitation. Savage Marbles, savage. But I like it. Lisa says he wears for 4 days, front, back, inside out. That's gross. I used to have a friend when I was a kid. He's like, oh, just flip him inside out. I was like, you're disgusting. Every group of friends had that guy. Mark Collins says, hey, everyone. He is treated like every inmate that's locked up. Well, I don't know if that's true. Usually they're not in a prison. but apparently it's for his own safety. Big Fish, what's up? Seems like he wouldn't allow someone on suicide watch to have extra pairs of clothes in their cell. I'm pretty sure it's not just hanging up on a wire hanger. Sure, if he wants it, he just has to be like, hey, give me my gear. I smell like ass. I need to shower and change. But he's not. It's kind of hard to look pathetic when you're showered and freshly changed and you just ate. So you don't eat and you don't shower and you look more pathetic. Yeah, it's disgusting. Ryan Jagger says, Little Richard is getting nothing from me. Nathan. Getting something from the Indiana taxpayers for sure. So the wife still doesn't think he's guilty. And who knows what's going on? Like I said, we need some experts really to get in there. You know, me, I don't believe it for a second. But what do I know? We need the doctors to go in there and diagnose what's going on. Or at least give their expert opinions to the judge, and then the judge can decide. Yeah, we appreciate it, Fig. Welcome back, Beach. We will see you in 10 minutes, the after party. We'll go over the rules and what to expect. Let's continue on here before we run out of time. Richard Allen's defense is claiming that Mr. Allen has not been afforded any opportunity to visit his wife or other family members during the last 5 months of incarceration, during which time he has been subjected to conditions akin to those of a prisoner of war. Oh, yeah, they're fucking putting bamboo shoots up his nails and all that kind of stuff. But in reality, Allen has the option to have one-on-one visits with his family if he requests it. However, he is not requesting visits. His wife saw him for the first time in May when his defense attorney brought her along. And all this information is found in these court documents. Just type in Allen move prison request. It's from WTHR.com, and it's about 19 pages, I think. Maybe less. I'm not sure. In here it says his wife saw him for the first time in May when his defense attorney brought her along. And I have a feeling that's when those photos and the strategy was kind of, that plan was hatched. Just want to welcome back Beach. And it looks like we have a super chat by Cindy. What's up, Cindy? Says, Fig, the video rocked. Thanks, Sleuth, for your awesome content and great place for people to chat. You got it, Cindy. Thanks for all your support. All right. And let's finish this up here and we'll hang out in the chat for another 10 minutes. Mr. Allen is afforded, this is according to his defense team, Mr. Allen is afforded very little, if any, recreation time outside of his cold, concrete, and metal quarters. Boo-hoo. But in reality, Allen has a tablet which accesses music, movies, and phone calls, and he is afforded 1 hour of recreation exercise time 5 times per week. Hopefully, Richard Allen can get YouTube and he can see some of these videos that we've been making. That'd be kind of funny, huh? I wonder if Kathy Allen's watching. Shout out to Gladys Kravitz. Thank you so much, Gladys. Super chat. Man says, your last video about various angles, sunlight effect on what witnesses say was great stuff. Thanks. Sometimes I think visuals will help people kind of understand a little bit. Lisa says, I wonder if she really said he was her person. Why would you own that? What do you mean by that? What's up, bees? Oh, and we brought this up on the last live stream. If you guys missed it, see what you guys think about this. December 6, 2016. So just a couple months before the murders of Abby and Libby, Richard Allen's wife posted this to Facebook. I want to let all my friends and family of my late brother John, and her late brother John passed away September of that year of 2016, that I am working on getting his Facebook account memorialized, which she in fact did. Yesterday was very upsetting for a lot of us, and I still don't understand what was going on with his account. Hopefully, this will fix it if it has been hacked by a monster of a person or persons. Like, I wonder who did that. Like, who would have motivation to go hack this guy's account? Was Richard Allen a monster? You know, was he, was somebody who was involved the monster? Who would do that? Like, who would mess with her that way? And this is just 2 months prior to the crime and a few months after the death of her brother, John. What's up, Ivy? All right, we're going to hang out another 5 minutes. There is going to be a quick little after party for members because we're going to talk about the members giveaway, which is going to be on the 28th, the last Wednesday of this month. It's nothing crazy. There's going to be, we'll go over it in a little bit. If you want access or you want to find a quick way to that stream, in the description, just click that link right there. It should take you right over. I may be 5 or 10 minutes late, but we'll be over there to go over the details. And I want to give a shout out to Boston for the super sticker. Thank you. Jerry is always helping out the channel. Thank you. Hopefully we will see you in just a few minutes. Beach Fairy, welcome back. I'm sure we'll see you. And Cindy and Gladys. Thank you, guys. You guys rock. And Emerald City says, press the like button. I like you, Emerald. Thanks for hanging out. And ice cream and pony rides for members only. Yep. At least the ice cream. Did you watch it? Go take a look. Go check it out. I loach you too. I loche you too. You know what I mean. Yep, hit that like button on the way out. I'll probably be about 5-10 minutes late getting into the stream. But don't fret. Love you too, Emerald. Appreciate you. That's what I thought. Oh. Gladys says, I'm exhausted tonight. You guys all have a great time in the after party. Later, Gators. Thank you so much for donating to the channel today. Appreciate it. Much loche to all of you. That's funny. All right, guys. Like I said, members, don't forget the link will be in the description. We're going to jump over in about 5-10 minutes. So don't feel like you need to rush. I'm going to grab a drink, maybe grab a quick bite to eat, and I'll jump back over. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Later, everybody.